Hey, Phil from Got Memories here. So, just had a local customer drop off, and this is very typical. You've got all the humid climates, and then you've got the Phoenix desert climate, which you can see right here. These have been left out in the garage, and they are, the dust. I mean, we get the monsoon stuff, and it just, look at this. This is grit. So what I do with all the tapes is, because this is alcohol here, which I need to, after I've done dealing with all these tapes, but you can see right here that it's kind of, let's have a look. I mean, you can feel it if you run your finger. It's just grime, but all of this surface stuff I clean off, because this ends up going in the VCR and it ends up contaminate, just why put it, and I'm going to do a much better job. Obviously, I'm one-handed here. But let's see. I mean, just this top bit right here. Look at that. This here. Because I do not want this going in the players. And I mean, the thing is look, risky business and running man. They don't even know what this is. So I've got to run it regardless, because there might be home movies in the middle of it. She goes, I remember we recorded over some stuff and da-da-da-da-da. It's just a mess. So I'm going to, look at that. That was brand new cloth. Let's see. Yeah, even come through the other side here. So these are some of the things that I do, and you can see that dust. Like, as soon as I see this, I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, this is what I'm dealing with all the time. God, what do I look like? This is why you need to see, where it's all done. I haven't even got started yet on today's stuff. Oh, I do have this job over here that has come in. Oh, my life. Look at that. And, look. Boy, oh boy. All of them. And ironically, it's in a iMemories box, because they don't touch any of this stuff. They just send it back. They don't touch it. Who's the smartest? I'm not sure. But yeah, these are all need some work, and I'm having to shelve that for now. Here's a nice job that's all nice and neat and tidy, being kept in good condition. Nice, great, but that is the rarity. If you are looking for a video transfer company and they're not asking you all these questions, where has it been stored? Where in the country do you live? In terms of, if it has been stored in a garage and you live in a dry climate and it's been in the garage, well, it's going to be dusty. If you're in a humid climate, then there's going to be moisture damage. And everyone underestimates the condition of their tapes. And this is why all of these companies, no one's asking these questions. They're just shoving these filthy tapes in, and your stuff might be in pristine condition. But the numbskulls that work at all these companies just shove. They don't care. They're just like, I've clocked in. Oh, it looks like crap. Now that VCR is contaminated. The head is dirty. Whatever's come off on it. I mean, there might even be... it doesn't look good on the inside there. But then your pristine tapes go, there's a crap machine. I'm like, oh yeah, there we go. Put it in. Contaminates it. And then your nice, neat and tidy clean tapes go in. Obviously, they're not going in there, but you get what I'm saying. Your tapes are taking a bath with everyone else's dirty bath water. So it is imperative that you clean off all the crud on these tapes if you're to preserve the longevity of equipment. So more prep work involved here. This is one of many jobs. I've got some nightmare jobs right now. Anyway, good times here. I Got Memories. If you do want to get a quote, gotmemories.com. Please note that I'm not charging bargain basement rates here, like you see with all these crappy Facebook ads from all these companies. This is in 2023 when I'm making the video. These tapes are 30, 40, some of them approaching 50 years old, and people don't understand the shelf life of these tapes, especially if they've been stored in poor conditions, and they just think miraculously it's going to come out perfectly. Sometimes I'm doing these tapes 3-4 times over, cleaning the heads. Oh, and then it wrecks a player, and now I got to spend, $150-200 with Tim next door, Arizona Video Electronics, to fix some of the stuff. I mean, I do fix my own stuff to a point, but I had a guy the other day, tape jammed, it came out and it's pulled something inside, and now $130 to fix. And yeah, so there's all these factors. So if you have this stuff and you really value it near and dear, you gotta pay myself or a quality person with really good outstanding reviews on Google to do a good job. Otherwise you're going to be getting absolute crap back. Anyway, all the best to you, and here we go. Going to be cleaning this stuff, and it's going to be fun. Okay, so I've got these tapes running, and just some of it is dark. Obviously that's just in the darkness here. I had to rewind them, and I've cleaned them, rewound them. One of them broke, fixed that, and then a couple of them were playing a little bit not great with static. Still getting some tiny little bits of static here, but this is clean, that's clean, that's just shot in a dark room. But for and I typically run these on not the high-end players, because they just, they come out really good, to be honest, but I'm not sacrificing, high-end stuff, because this can get pricey. I keep the screws are all, look at this, the screws are all out on the sides because I have to lift off the tops constantly, and I'm cleaning the video heads, and I just cleaned one over here, and that's what came off on the head. So and it was that one there, which was playing all fuzzy, and now it's playing good and clean. Again, something that none of these companies do. Just keep collecting these boxes. See, I'm not happy with this one. Look at this. What's going on here? So this is a classic example of when everything's running, and then all of a sudden it's not coming through. Yeah, for flying out loud. What is happening here? Man. It's still playing. So now I stop it. You've seen it here. Let's just see this type player now. Contaminated head, more than likely. Okay, this has Saturday Night Live going on it. Just making sure, because this customer wasn't sure whether it's Saturday Night Live or if it's home movie footage. So I'm just gonna play this and see what it does. See, playing fine. Watch this. If I put this back, this is the same tape. This is what I go on and on and on about in every single one of my videos. Nobody is doing this in this industry. See, look, now it's okay. So it could have been the portion of the tape, but then we'll find out if it was going, see, look, it's just the bad portion of the tape. We'll find out. And now this one just went out. Now I don't know whether it's again a gap, but look, this goes to crap. And I thought, oh, it's the player. Oh, it's making a knocking noise. And now it's just, oh, see, look, it's back. Well, what this means now, look, now that one's coming back. Is it coming back? Is it that there is content? And this is just from a regular, dusty tape. There's no visible mold. But I have to now start these tapes over, because this right here is going to start this over. Good times. Now that I know that there's an issue with the tape, so I've got to rewind it. Look, this one's doing something. So let me eject this one and let's trim it where the crap starts. For those of you trolls out there that are like, we're using Elgato, I use this 4K capture, for my, if you're a hobbyist just doing this from home, like, come and transfer hundreds of tapes and deal with tapes that are all like mangled and broken, and try and make it economical for the average person to pay for, because at 30, 35, 40 bucks a tape, people are like, what? How much? Yeah, send it off to these companies if you don't care about your stuff. But if you want quality work done, someone actually investigating and unearthing all of this stuff that you've neglected over the last 30, 40 years, so that's that. Like, nobody is going to spend this amount of time on your stuff, or typically. And if you do have a business, you should be. If you're charging good rates, if you're charging $9 a tape, well, guess what? You're going to get crap back. Guaranteed. There's no back and forth. But if you're looking for just to do economical file sizes, economical pricing, but getting good quality back, which is all everybody wants, and especially when you're trying to compete with all this false economy crap, then I just had a guy on the phone who's got like 50 videotapes. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be about $1,400. What? 3 different formats. And I'm like, dude, so from the 80s, you've probably spent about $7,000 to $8,000 on camcorders, and you probably got them from Best Buy or Circuit City and paid like the monthly, layaway cost or whatever. But just think, $1,400. This is your life. This is your kid's birth. This is, and you're okay. Well, these guys are like 600. Light $600 on fire, and then pay $1,400. So do you want to pay $2,000 or $1,400, and also waste 6 months of time, risk them losing stuff, mixing up files with other customers? This is another big thing, is file management. So, on my server here, this is all customers stuff. Okay, so one folder can have, that's not a good example, can have 50, 60, 100 files, making sure that they're all labeled correctly and put in the right customer's folder. Like, one wrong drop of a file over to the wrong folder with some numbskull, kid employee that's on TikTok and not paying attention, got their AirPods in. What the hell? Yeah, again, TV recordings, they don't know whether they did it. I'll check it for a while and see. Anyway, but as you can see, it's all a giant shit show. So anyway, I'm going to restart this tape now, rewind it. Hopefully it doesn't break again, because this is the one that broke. Listen to it. Oh, this is why I use these players. They're clean, but they're not exactly breaking the bank. But so yeah, delete. And for the trolls out there that are like, oh, Gato, dude, come tell me, I'll give you 100 tapes and I'll give you absolutely nothing for all of the work that you put in. And then comments sometimes drive me up the wall, because a lot of people are just doing this as a hobby and they're not doing it as a business. They've got zero idea about the 360 scope of everything involved, and trying to get people to understand that $9 a tape isn't going to cut it. So Yeah, and for you guys out there with your own businesses, you really, it's hard. It's hard for us guys, the small, local, quality driven businesses that are putting in all this extra effort to combat all of this false economic BS that these companies are just bombarding, spending millions of dollars a month, not a couple grand, millions of dollars are going into Google AdWords and Facebook ads, Instagram ads, to get people to just easily throw it in a box. You don't care, just throw it in a box. We'll take care of it. Just give us your money. And it seems attractive, $400, but then when you get back a pile of shite, then guess what? Yeah, you just realize you've been scammed, unfortunately. So much of this stuff, and I battle with it daily in terms of not just this, but as I talk about on my channel, having to explain to the customers, 35, your tapes are 42 years old, 1981, and you've left them in a garage for 42 years or whatever, and you're expecting what back? Like,